Well, hello there. Today I'm going to be filming a video showing you all of the Book of the Month books that I have gotten. One of them is actually directly from Book of the Month. It's my Book of the Month choice for November of 2020. Oh my God, November of 2025. And the other four are books that I picked up secondhand. They are the Book of the Month editions. I kind of this is my first Book of the Month book that I've gotten. So I kind of wanted to pick up some of the past books for cheaper because A, it's cheaper, and B, secondhand, so it's a little bit more sustainable. So I'll start off with the books that I got secondhand. So for the books that I got secondhand, I got Things We Do in the Dark by Jennifer Hillier. I think that's how you pronounce that. I don't know. Synopsis says, when Paris Peralta is arrested in her own bathroom covered in blood, holding a straight razor. Her celebrity husband dead in the bathroom behind her. She knows she'll be charged with murder. But as bad as this looks, that's not what worries her the most. With the unwanted media attention now surrounding her, it's only a matter of time before someone from her long-hidden past recognizes her and destroys the new life she's worked so hard to build, along with any chance of a future. 25 years earlier, Ruby Reyes, known as the Ice Queen, was convicted of a similar murder in a trial that was a media sensation and riveted by the nation. Reyes knows who Paris really is, and when Reyes is unexpectedly granted an early release from prison, she threatens to expose all of Paris's secrets. Left with no other choice, Paris must finally, once and for all, confront the dark past she thought she had escaped. Because the only thing worse than a murderer charge is the dark personal history that Paris will do anything to keep hidden. So that seems interesting. All right. I'll have to give that a read. The second book is called Dearest by Jackie Walters. All right. So this book says, I'm going to read the synopsis. Flora is a new mom enamored by her baby girl, Iris, who has arrived a few weeks early. But with her husband still deployed, Flora must navigate the newborn stage alone. As the sleepless nights pass in their half-empty home, the edges of her reality begin to blur. Household items seem to move on their own accord, and Flora is certain someone is talking to Iris through the baby monitor. Just as Flora becomes convinced she is losing her mind, a surprising guest shows up to help, Flora's own mother, to whom she hasn't spoken in years. Will caring for the baby help them to mend their fraught relationship and start anew? Or is there more that Flora's mother isn't telling her about the events that led to their estrangement? As stranger and scarier events unfold, Flora begins to fear that her mother's secrets have allowed something truly evil to enter her home. She must decide, is her hold on reality slipping dangerously away, or is she, in fact, the only thing standing between a terrifying visitor and her baby? That one is going to be fun. So fun. I cannot wait to read this. Okay. The next one is called Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. I've heard good things about Riley Sager's writing, so we'll see if I like it. I should say first, I got this book in a little bit, the dust jacket is in a little bit of rough condition. If you can see, there's a little tear on the top and just some damage around the edges, but it was still a good price. I paid less than what I would have gotten it from Book of the Month, so. And I don't really care that much about the dust jackets, to be honest. It still looks good. This is what the books look like. They all kind of look like this, except for different colors. I still like the actual books themselves, how they have, the color on the spine, and then they have a different color on the main part of the book. And they all have the little Book of the Month logo with the date that they're from. So this one's from July 2019. So that's interesting. I'm surprised actually that This book, like the actual book itself, is in such good condition, considering that it's a few years old and that it's probably been like, hopefully it's been well loved and wasn't just in somebody's bookshelf. But it looks like it was well loved. But it's still in decent condition. Like the pages are all in decent condition, so that's good. I'm going to read the synopsis for basically all these books, so bear with me. These are the only rules for Jules Larson's new job as an apartment sitter at the Bartholomew, one of Manhattan's most glamorous and secretive buildings. Recently heartbroken and just plain broke, Jules is captivated by the splendor of her surroundings and accepts the terms, ready to leave her past life behind. As she gets to know the residents and staff of Bartholomew, Jules finds herself drawn to fellow apartment sitter Ingrid, who confrontingly reminds her of her sister, or who comfortingly, oh my god, I can't read, who comfortingly reminds her of her sister, who vanished 8 years ago. When Ingrid confides that the Bartholomew is not what it seems, and that the dark history hidden beneath its gleaming facade is starting to frighten her, Jules brushes it off as a harmless ghost story, until the next day when Ingrid disappears. Searching for the truth about Ingrid's disappearance, Jules digs deeper into the Bartholomew's sordid past and the mysteries kept within its walls. What she discovers pits Jules against the clock as she races to unmask a killer, expose the building's hidden secrets, and escape a dream apartment that has quickly turned into a nightmare. This next book, the fourth and last book that I got from my local books, secondhand discount bookstore, is The Last Word by Taylor Adams. And I actually started, it looks like this, I actually started to read this book already. I am currently on page, currently on page 51. And so far, let me tell you, this is one of the scariest books I've read of all time. I don't know why it's so scary, but it just is. Like the vibes. Like I've read books that were considered scarier, but for some reason, this book is just hitting me in a way that like no other book has hit me. So I'm actually going to describe what this book is about, because obviously I already know what this book is about. There's this girl, let's see, what's her name? Her name is Emma Carpenter. She decides that she's going to house sit for this woman that she met online, I guess. She doesn't really know for sure who she's actually house sitting for. She just knows that it's a lady that she met online. She knows her name. I forgot the name. She moves into this house. It's a long-term job. She's basically leasing the house from her long term. And she meets this elderly neighbor or not necessarily elderly, but he's an older man. He lives about like a quarter of a mile parallel to her. And they basically, I think that's about how far he is. I don't know. They communicate by telescope, which is weird, but it adds an interesting layer to the book. I really like it. He started putting out a whiteboard and playing hangman with her through the telescope, which is weird, but okay. Yeah, so they were playing hangman. Weird stuff starts happening in the house. Like, one day she wakes up and sees like a dark shadow of a man wearing a hat standing in the corner of her bedroom. And she's like, what the fuck? She's freaking out. And she tries not to like look at it because she's like freaking the heck out. And when she turns on the light, suddenly it's gone. And also her dog kind of just stands there and stares sometimes and like, I guess like is on high alert at times, just staring out into like another part of the house, which is really creepy. Honestly, when animals do that, I'm always just like, there's a ghost in here. I'm going to die. But Usually it's just because they're hearing like sounds of like the house settling or whatever, but sometimes it happens and I'm just like, where's the ghost? Am I going to die? You know, she writes this, she reads this book that her neighbor had recommended to her called Murder Mountain. And she reads it and she's like, why did you recommend this book to me? This is literally like the worst book I ever read. And she ends up writing a review. Well, the author responds to the review and he's like, can you please take this review down? This is going to hurt my reputation. I need this money in order to live. And she's like, what? That's not what you're supposed to do as an author, obviously. Like, huh? You know? So she doesn't take it down. And the guy, like, what I'm getting is that there's a serial killer, basically, in this town that she's in. It's just her and the old man, basically, for miles. They're in a coastal vacation or, like, touristy area. So during most times of the year, there is no one there, which is creepy. She starts to think there's someone inside the house with her. What? And some more scary things have happened so far that I'm not going to share because I feel like that's a spoiler. But yeah, I definitely think this is going to be a really good book. And I'm actually going to make a video of me reading this book. So I definitely recommend checking it out. So far, that's what I think so far. We'll see in that video whether or not I actually end up liking this book or not. All right, so this is what you guys came for, probably. This is my Book of the Month box. It doesn't say Book of the Month on any of the sides, but that's okay. This is my Book of the Month box. It just says book. I've already opened this just because I wanted to get the tape undone because me and my uncoordinated hands are really bad at opening boxes. I kind of already know what everything looks like. So let's just open it. All right. So inside we have a little pamphlet or a little booklet that says Fiction Forward Book of the Month. And this is like a welcome booklet. Because when you open it, it says welcome to the club. So I think, I'm not completely sure, but I think this is just a welcome booklet. And there is a couple of little pages. Where is the page that I wanted to show you? Let's see, where is it? No, here it is. So when you open this up, it actually opens up on both sides. And you get to see a century-ish of the best new fiction. So this goes all the way from when Book of the Month started in 1926 until present day. I think the latest book on this page is of June 2024. And it just lists all of the best works throughout the years. And it also goes through the Book of the Year winners from 2016 on this page. So that's really interesting. They also give you a Book of the Month bookmark, and the little phrase that's on this one is booked for the day. This one was submitted by Samantha P. Madison in Wisconsin. She's been a member since 2024. It's just a nice little thing to have. Plus, I really like if they take little quotes from members and put them on the bookmark. I think that's a really interesting touch. The book that I got from this month, and I'll put this box to the side, is Violet Thistlethwaite is Not a Villain Anymore by Emily Krimpholtz. I think I pronounced that correctly. I don't know. It looks like this. Look at that cover. Now, this is not like the other books that I picked up because normally I don't read fantasy at all. This just seems cute. I don't know. Look at the cover. It's so cute. This one says, the quaint town of Dragon's Rest, Violet decides, will be her second chance. She'll set down roots, open a flower shop, keep sentient, mildly homicidal houseplant in check, and prune dark magic from the twisted boughs of her life. Violet's vibrant banquets and cheerful enchantment soon charm the welcoming townsfolk, though nothing seems to impress the quickly yet dashingly handsome Nathaniel Marsh, an alchemist sharing her greenhouse. With a struggling business and his own second chance seemingly out of reach, Nathaniel has no time for flowers or frippery? What's frippery? And certainly none for the intriguing witch next door. When a mysterious blight endangers every living thing in Dragon's Rest, Violet and Nathaniel must work together through their fears, pasts, and growing feelings for each other to save their community. But with a figure from her previous life knocking at her door and her secrets threatening to uproot everything she's worked so hard to grow, Violet can't help but wonder, does a former villain truly deserve a happily ever after? So yeah, that's not what I would normally pick up. But I am excited to read this because I think it's going to be really cute. I hope I'm right. We'll see. So yeah, that was all I have for you guys today. Thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.